and it seems like the Google gremlins have got us again. So Jon seems to have disappeared. So I'll try that again. Good morning, Jon.
Good morning, Ian. Can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Ah, brilliant. Thank you very much. Good stuff.
So, oh dear. Do you know, it never runs quite as smoothly as you expect, does it? So,
it doesn't.
So today we're going to be talking about targets and the secret to attaining the targets. And I think we've got some novel little snippets in here that will appeal to everyone. So let's kick off then, shall we, about setting goals and what we need to achieve. So we're big fans of visualization, aren't we? And we've talked about visualization a lot, but it's a key way to communicate your goals to your staff and to your team. And you know, when it comes to setting the goals can be a mixture of professional goals, business goals, personal goals, however you want to do that, and whatever level you're comfortable sharing with your staff, really. So, Jon, do you want to talk about the Khemeia process and how we challenge and set goals for each department? Do you want to dig into that a little bit?
Good question and really good point. I was going to actually attack it from a slightly different perspective with an obvious statement just to kick off, really.
Okay, go
on. Which was just that all business owners or senior managers need to set goals, priorities and targets. And the reality of life and business growth is simple, really. You're either not growing, or if you're standing still, your competitors are going to go straight past you. And it's so important from a business growth perspective to understand that standing still just isn't a long-term strategy.
And so getting your team, though, to participate in how you grow and setting those goals is of key importance, isn't it? You know, yeah. So there's relatively little point in saying, okay, I want the company to be a 20 million turnover company or even a £100,000 turnover company without the buy-in of the team that's working with you.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to actually pull those goals together, agree on them, and communicate them, and constantly talk about them. So when we set a number of clients we want to work with, a turnover target, people to recruit, projects we're going to win, all of that kind of thing, much better if there's participation from the team. Have you got a take on that, Jon?
Yeah, it's really important that people are able to understand and you're able to crystallize your goals visually so people can actually buy into them. The key thing with that is it could be a growth target. So your growth target could be innovation, it might be technology, it could be a new product or service, but ultimately it's what's right for your business, and every business is different by definition, but it's selecting the right metrics and the right targets. What I would like to say is, taking a step back from all of this, is that as a rule of thumb, profitable growth and cash flow is what you need to focus on, and it's what elements of those, if for your products or your service, that you need to really drill down on and understand, because without profitable growth or cash flow, your business isn't going to move forward.
No, that's right. And let's talk about it from the point of view of stimulating innovation as well, because the best way that you're going to get business growth is, as we say, build that vision, bring your team in, but actually make it part of the team's responsibility to innovate around how those problems are going to be fixed and how those goals are going to be achieved. And then set a process in place, and the process is absolutely key. And the guys at Khemeia know I talk about process a lot. And the real reason for that is a process, unlike a goal, a process is liberating, because it gives you that day-to-day how you act, how you behave, what you've got to do in tiny bite-sized pieces, and regular behaviour will get you to where you want to be. It will get all the team to those growth aspirations. We do it internally. The companies that we work with that absolutely excel do exactly the same. So setting the goal is only the first part. Setting the objectives and who's going to do what is the second part, and the process behind it is the third part. And if you haven't got a good process, well, you can probably expect that you're going to miss some of your goals.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the other thing as well is some of the really successful companies that we've worked with over the last 5 years, they've grown dramatically. And when you start to grow dramatically, you've got to plan for that as well.
Absolutely right, yeah.
Because people, processes and technology that sits behind that rapid or dramatic growth need managing. And often, Ian, one of the things we've found is that if you've grown rapidly in your first 2 years, as an example, it could be that the people and the processes need to play catch up. So it might take them 2 years to catch up with where the business is actually at now.
It's a really good point, John. So a business without robust processes is a business that's not ready to scale, and find it tremendously difficult to grow beyond a certain point, and that's often between 20 and 30 people. So if you've not got good processes in place and you've not got good systems there to back up what you're doing and how you're trying to grow, then you get more than 20 to 30 people in the business and it will become unmanageable, and you'll just sink. The managers will just sink under a weight of administration. Presented by our internationally featured Haroon Rashid, our head of digital marketing here at Khemeia. Tune into his show 10 o'clock GMT on a Wednesday. Otherwise, you can visit our blog, and that'll be in the show notes, and you can see all the past episodes of Haroon's Hangout. So Khemeia that supports everything that we do. Pardon me. So shall we just talk about the process part again a bit more, John? Because I think that is really important, and it's something that our listeners will get a lot out of if we talk about marketing process, sales process, and then actually delivering whatever projects or products you sell.
Okay. Do you want to make a start on that bit, Ian?
Yeah, sure. So
I'll jump in.
I think the key thing from our perspective is we committed to a lot more marketing than you would expect for a small firm, and we're putting out lots and lots of content. This show's an example, and the way we do that is we schedule things in advance. We generate a lot of background information. You've seen the graphics that we share. That's preparation. A lot of it's a structure and a process, and actually our intern can help with a lot of that, because once there's a structure and a process in place, the preparation is relatively easy. And also it means that our editorial calendar is quite full. So why are we doing that? Why are we doing all that? Why have we put that process in place? Do you want to speak to that a little bit, John? Why have we put that process in place?
Yeah, sure. What we're after is magic ingredient with business growth here, which really is sustainable growth and offering value to customers. Be that customers that we're working with in the here and now, or customers that would like to work with in the future. But what we've been able to do is, hopefully, fingers crossed, on a Monday morning, make sure that it's intelligent and it's going to be profitable in the future.
Oh man, where's the coffee? Can I have some coffee? No, absolutely right. And so part of the whole plan there is to talk about our experiences a little bit, give some free pointers and tips, and really invite people to come and talk to us. You know, we don't charge to talk to people initially, and if there's a decent project that we can get involved in and help you develop your business and any aspect of it, actually, whether that's marketing, insights, product development, or as a management consultancy or coach, then Khemeia is happy to talk to people, figure out what the project is, and if it's not something that we can do, we'll actually refer in partners as well, where we've got trusted partners. So having that process and committing to that process is something that makes our marketing really work. How do we get such a high volume of content out there? Well, I think if you watch Haroon's Hangout, you'll figure that out. But what we actually do is we divide and conquer. Okay, so everybody has a role, everybody does a little bit, everyone's busy doing work, but we still find time to schedule in our marketing. So I'm sure, John, you've probably got blog posts to write and sound bites to capture and all things like that.
Yeah, I mean, each working week I set aside probably about 10 to 15% of the working week actually goes towards producing content, and that content is sketched in weekly, but it also forms part of a larger picture. So taking a step back, we'll focus one week on innovation and growth strategies. We'll focus another week on innovation and leadership. And what we try and do is create content that's blogs and Google Plus Hangouts, when the technology works, of course.
And I know, I know from experience, right? So we're not talking about a short list of things here. So John sent me an email last week and said, look, our editorial calendar is now full of content in these particular channels until the 27th of January. So when we get busy and we haven't got time, or something happens like, one of the kids is ill or something like that, your marketing still goes out. There's a system and a process in place. And there'll be times when, you're between jobs or a job goes a little bit quiet or whatever, and you can rush in, you can schedule a load of content, rattle a load of stuff out and put it in the scheduling system. And the same with the shows. The shows are all pre-planned. We pick out the best stories that we can and put them into the content calendar. And that really helps us. So even though there's only 4 of us full-time in the business, we can put out content that looks like we're 20 to 30 people large, which is a great thing to do. So how do you smash those goals? Build a process.
Yeah, and work with technology that works, Ian, which occasionally is Google Plus.
Hey, look, all technology has problems, right? From time to time. Google Plus is a fantastic tool. The Hangouts are superb. Really love them. Love the platform, but we use other stuff as well. So we Skype a lot. We as a communications tool, obviously, we use all the social media platforms. Some of them work for us, some of them don't. So we tend to put fun stuff on Facebook, because that's not our channel. But we put lots of stuff on Google Plus, Twitter. And more recently, we've been using Movi as well as a messaging tool, which is great. So I think the 3 things there, John, are build your vision, communicate your vision, build a process, and do a schedule so that everybody shares the workload, and there's a method to building and building and building day on day. Therefore, it doesn't matter. It's a little bit like gym workouts. It doesn't matter if you miss one session, because the rest of it's going to take up the slack, and you'll work a little bit harder next time, perhaps. But you will deliver your goals.
I think also as well, understand that growth is not easy, nor is it obvious, and it's not something that just happens unless you make it happen. It's not going to happen without any effort. You've really got to put some time in. But as you correctly say, it's going to be managed, it's going to be a process, it's going to be a strategy.
Absolutely right, yeah, absolutely right. So, okay, where do you find those opportunities? Really difficult topic. A lot of serial networkers out there will say, it's just networking. Actually, it's that's episode 28, same time, same place next week. So now, John, have you had any tweets while the show's been on? I'm just going to check my smartphone and see.
It vibrated excitedly, my phone, a couple of minutes ago, but it was just a new follower. So it wasn't a question.
So we'll leave the questions, but Please remember, if you're watching us live, or even if you're not watching us live and you want to tweet us a question, find our details in the show notes and tweet the questions to us, and we'll answer them in an upcoming show. We'd love to talk to you. Okay, so thanks a lot for listening, and it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.